Want help to grow your business? Download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.
Hi, this is Peter Moriarty and welcome back to Google Made Easy. I'm really excited to have you here today because we're going to be covering how you can set up and get successfully rocking and rolling with Google Chrome. So if you've never used Chrome before, this is going to be super useful for you to get all of the basics down. If you have got Google Chrome installed already, great. You might learn a few more advanced tips as we go along with this presentation and get you up to speed on what we're going to be covering. So first up, let's go through two quick things. When you're following along at home, make sure that you've got your computer out or you're going to take some really good notes. This is a highly interactive and very practical session. So you're going to be able to take these tips away and implement them straight away, or you can even follow along at home as well if you would like to. And number two, make sure that you're following along on social media and you're interacting with the rest of the Business Blueprint community. So use the hashtag Google Made Easy and hashtag Business Blueprint and continue the conversation online, and we can keep the chatter going. So what are we going to be covering in this episode of Google Made Easy? It's all about Google Chrome, all about supercharging your web browsing using Google's fantastic web browser, Google Chrome. First of all, we're going to be covering what is Google Chrome and how does it differ from other web browsers. So what makes Google Chrome so special, and why does Google Chrome now have a majority of the market share of web browsers all over the world? That's pretty special, isn't it? Very, very interesting. Next, how can you get started? Log in with your Google identity to Google Chrome, and what does that mean? So if you've got a Gmail account or a Google for Work account, we're going to show you what that means to log in with Google Chrome and how you can get started with your Google identity. Next up, we're going to be covering how to access your preferences and making Chrome your default web browser. We want to make sure whenever we click on links on our computer, whether you're on a Mac or a PC, that Google Chrome is our default web browser. And next, an overview of the navigation options within Google Chrome. I'm going to show you some ninja tricks, some cool stuff you can do to get Chrome set up just right for you. Next is how to bookmark your favorite web pages, how to import your bookmarks. So if you need to import your bookmarks from Safari or from Internet Explorer or from Firefox, we'll show you how to do that. And next, how to create new tabs, move tabs around, and pin tabs as well. So there's some cool keyboard shortcuts as well. I'm going to be showing you what all of these bits and pieces mean, and we will help you get all up and running with your navigation in Chrome. Next, how to access your history and how to retrieve any of your past pages. That's going to be really simple to do. Next, how to clear your browsing data. So if you've got browsing data there that you want to get rid of, your history, your searches, cookies that people have dropped onto your machine from browsing around, I'll show you how to get rid of that. And then next, how to use incognito mode. And this is a special mode which means that nobody can track what you're doing online. So if you're using internet banking or if you're maybe buying presents for somebody and you don't want any tracking pixels or anything like that showing up on your computer, then you can use incognito mode to make sure that all of your activities are kept completely private. And finally, we will cover an overview of Chrome apps, extensions, and themes. So some of the cool stuff that you can do with Google Chrome, with theming, with getting extra extensions to enhance the functionality of Chrome. This is going to be a super information-packed session, so make sure you're listening up. Really glad to have you here on Google Made Easy. So let's get started. Let's start off with our first one. What is Google Chrome and how does it differ from other web browsers? Now, when you first got your computer, you may have had a Mac or a PC, and it probably came installed with a web browser by default. Now, if you're on a Mac, that would be Safari. If you're on a Windows machine, that would be Internet Explorer. And these browsers have been around for years and years and years, literally 20 years or more than 20 years for some of the browsers that are out there. Now, these are the default browsers that are built by the companies that build our computers. So whether it's Apple, whether it's Microsoft giving us Windows software, we get the default browser. Now, Google, they don't make that kind of hardware. They don't make computer hardware, but what Google do make is Google Chrome as a web browser. So this is a web browser and a way for us to access the internet. Now, Google Chrome as an alternative to Firefox or Internet Explorer or any of the other web browsers, one of the main advantages of working with Google Chrome is its integration with the rest of the Google ecosystem. Google Chrome is fantastic if you're using Gmail, if you're using Google Apps, if you're using Google Docs, Google Drive, because there's lots of little features and integrations that mean that Google Chrome is the choice for you if you're using the rest of the Google ecosystem. So make sure that you've downloaded Google Chrome and you're getting to work on getting Chrome installed on your machine. Whether you've got a Mac or a PC, Google Chrome is the best browser for you to use when you're working with Google's tools. So now we've had a quick overview of why Chrome is the right browser for you to get started with. Let's have a look at how we get our hands on Chrome. The first thing we need to do is get Chrome downloaded to our computer. So that's easy enough. We're going to go over to my browser here and go to google.com/Chrome. Super simple. There's a download button here, and you can go ahead. Let me just zoom in here to show you. You can go ahead and download Chrome for your computer. Now, remember, you can also download Chrome for your mobile device as well. So whether you're working on an iPad or an iPhone or an Android device, Android devices will come with Chrome default. But if you're on an iPad or a iPhone, make sure you download Chrome and you can get the same experience on your phone as well, which is really cool. So once we've got Chrome downloaded, we're going to get it installed on our computer. I'm running Mac OS X here. And as you can see here, obviously I've got Chrome installed. The first thing that we need to do is make sure that we sign in to our Google Chrome profile. Now, let's talk a little bit about getting signed into Chrome and exactly what that means. Now, Google has an idea of the Google identity. Now, what does Google identity mean? Think about your identity as your passport to access the internet and to access Google's suite of products. So if you've used Gmail before, you get access to YouTube, Google+, Google Docs, Google Drive, and a whole myriad of Google tools. Now, your Google identity, if you're using a business account, like on Google Apps for Business, you can actually use your business email address to sign in to Google Chrome and to sign in to other Google services. So whether you're running just a free Gmail account, which is totally cool, you can use that to sign into Google Chrome and use that Gmail account as a Google identity. Alternatively, if your business is running Google Apps for Work, then you can sign in with your business address and your business password into Google Chrome. Now, what that's going to do is that's going to attach your identity to your Google Chrome browser. And what does that mean? Well, your identity stores all of your information that you have on file with Google. So it might be usernames, passwords, any of the data that Chrome stores, things like your favorites, your bookmarks, your history, all of that information that's in your Google Chrome, instead of it just being stored locally on your computer, it's stored and synchronized with your Google identity. Now, why might you want to do that for your Google identity? Well, have a think about the last time that you changed computers, or maybe you lost or broke an old one and you needed to buy a new computer. When you logged in for the first time, all of your stuff was gone. Do you remember that? And that's because most applications, Internet Explorer, Safari, Firefox, they don't save your information to any kind of profile. So you change computer and you lose all your bookmarks and all the other information. Now, Google Chrome makes it super simple to keep all of that information secured against your Google identity. So as long as you're signing in with the same email address and password, whether that be a free Gmail address or perhaps a business address, then you will get all of your information synchronized down to any computer that you sign into. So let's take a look at how we can use Google Identity to sign into Google Chrome and connect our Google Chrome to our Google Identity account. Let's go ahead and do that now. So I've opened up Google Chrome here, and you can see in the top right-hand corner, it says person 1 at the moment, and that's because nobody's signed in at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and get signed in here with my Google account. Going to click sign into Chrome, and that's going to let me enter my account. So we're going to go with one of our test accounts here. Let's get signed in. Whoops, wrong password. Great. Now Google's going to take a couple of minutes to get signed in, and it's going to ask me, do I want to link this profile with my online account? So we want to say yes, we want to link Google Chrome with our Google identity. So let's click the link data button. And that's going to automatically link my Chrome data with this Google identity account. Now, once we've signed in, a couple of things are going to happen if you're using a Google for Work account. If you've already set up any policies, any apps that you'd like to have forced downloaded to all of your staff, anything else that you'd like to have as a part of your Google account and push down to your team from the administration console on Google Apps for Work, these will automatically appear into Google Chrome. So if maybe it's another colleague of yours that's managing your business account in Google Apps, if you're not the business owner, then what all of the plugins will be downloaded as is all of the ones that have been defined in the policy. So any of the plugins that the owner of the business has said, I want to push down, will automatically come down to my account. So you can see that there's a number that are actually being pushed down to my account right now, and I want to show you what that looks like. Let's take a look at my computer. So you can see here that it's loaded up my email automatically. I can see a prompt for LastPass, and there's a few other icons that have actually popped up here. So if you have a look, these are my plugin areas up the top here. You can see I've got AdBlock that's been pushed down, Google Hangouts has been pushed down, Asana, and then LastPass there as well. So all of these are plugins that our team has actually defined as a policy to be pushed down to any one of our staff that are using Google Chrome. Now, what's great about
To continue enjoying this presentation, download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit Bryn.ai or search the App Store today.